Let's talk shit for an hour and a half. Ding, 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 ding.
Hello and welcome to the BS podcast. Is it actually called the BS podcast? I don't know.
Well, that's the one you went with. You went, yeah, that's good. I'm having that. So that's what you did.
Okay, it's the BS podcast. With Brian.
And I was amazed you had no problem with putting my name first.
Well, because SB could. What would that even? It's
Stupid bastards.
Stupid bastard podcast. But now we got the bullshit podcast.
Yeah, it's a bullshit podcast.
Like that's a recognized acronym. So yeah, it works. Although
Yeah.
if you Google BS podcast, there is some guy. Oh my god, the bullshit's already started.
We haven't gone through the intro. We're already bullshitting.
The Bill Simmons podcast is a thing, so you know, and he does the BS report with Bill Simmons.
Well, you need to sue him to make him change the name.
Yeah, but it's the BS podcast with Brian Snowy, where we talk bullshit and gaming.
Yo.
The bullshit's already started. The gaming comes later.
Does we ever find time for gaming beyond the bullshit? Really? Is there any time for that?
So, Brian,
What?
that's the intro done.
So in half an hour, we got the intro done.
Yeah, in half an hour. If it's not been half an hour, mate, it's been 8 minutes since I started recording.
Well, I stopped playing for like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, but then we made tea, and I had chocolate spread on toast, and I don't know what you got, but...
I didn't have any food. I went out for lunch today.
Okay, well, I got up at lunchtime, so lunchtime was about now.
Lazy student.
No, weekend.
Have you ever tried custard cream spread on toast?
No, I haven't ever tried custard. I don't know where you get custard cream spread on toast.
Tesco sell it. Tesco sell it.
I know you say Tesco sell it, but only like where you live.
Well, maybe it's because I'm in London. It's where all the cool kids live.
It's where all the hipsters live, and they give you their chips in their watering can and stuff like that.
What?
Have you never been into...
No.
No, you've never been into one of these fucking restaurants in the middle of London. Oh, when we used to go to EGX, they used to be all over the place. Like, you'd be like, oh, let's go get some food from this restaurant. And then it'd be like, oh, your food's not served on the plate, it's served on a plank of wood. It's like, thanks.
There's a woodlouse in my food. That's for flavouring, sir.
And then they're like, oh, you want some chips? Well, here it is in a watering can.
Oh.
Like a tiny watering can. And it's just weird.
You pay extra for the watering. You get to keep the watering can.
No,
off.
you don't get to keep the watering can, but yes, you do pay extra for the bullshit.
So, so you pay extra for the extra stuff you don't really want, and you don't get to keep it anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's like there's that place in London where they sell cereal for like £3 a bowl, isn't there?
What?
Have you not? Did that one pass you?
That passed me by.
Some bloke, he set up a breakfast shop, as he called it, in the middle of like a really poor area of London, and it was like £3 a bowl for cereal.
The hell, I can buy a box of Frosties for like £3, and they last me all week.
Yeah, exactly. And Boris Johnson's like, oh, it's very good that we've got young entrepreneurs, brilliant ideas to the whole of London.
In all fairness, this guy has found a gap in the market, and he's exploited it in the wrong part of London, I'll admit. But I like his thinking. His execution's piss poor, but yeah, I like his thinking.
My thinking, I will exploit people for their cereal money.
Well, let's be honest, Starbucks exploit people for their coffee money. You can get coffee at home for free.
Yeah, well, not for free, but yeah, My old lecturer used to have this thing every morning. If somebody had a Costa, because there's Costa Coffee in Bournemouth Uni, sort of refectory area, and he used to have a thing.
Did he publicly flog them?
He would publicly flog them, yes. If they were sat within like eye shots or anywhere near the front, he'd be like, "Oh, I see you've wasted £1.50 on some water and like 20p worth of coffee beans."
Yeah, I don't see the point in buying coffee. I don't like coffee. I don't drink it anyway, but I don't quite understand.
I understand.
Why one loses their shit over it.
I get hot chocolate from restaurants like that. But that's about it.
Oh, I can't stand hot chocolate. I think it's horrible.
I think instant hot chocolate is fucking disgusting. Hot chocolate made of milk is wonderful.
I'm that one of those weird people who I love chocolate bars and like regular chocolate, but I can't stand chocolate cake, chocolate brownies, hot
cake.
chocolate. No, I can't do none of it. Chocolate sauce, no. Can't do any of it. I hate it all. But I love normal chocolate. So I don't know what went wrong there.
Since I've moved back to uni, the co-op down the road, it's got like 2 chocolate bars for one, or whatever it is. And I go, oh, I'll pick up 2 and I'll have one now and I'll have one tomorrow. By the time I got home, they're both gone.
Yeah, I buy 2 big dairy milk crunchy bits in with my shopping, and they're gone in. I have to make sure I don't eat them too fast, but they're gone in a couple of days. Because
I just have no self-control around chocolate. It's awful.
Do you ever put your chocolate in the fridge?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I thought I was the only one who did that.
No, I don't. I don't put Mars bars in the fridge because Mars bars fucking hurt when they're cold.
Why would you put Mars bar in the fridge anyway?
Because this is what, but this is what loads of people in my household do. They're like, "Oh, we got you some Mars bars. They're in the fridge." I was like, "Oh God, I got to leave them out."
If
for
you
a
get the
week
Mars
now.
bar ice creams, those are the best. Mars bar.
They melt.
Never
And
had them.
that's why I don't like
Well, that's
ice
the
cream. It just melts.
That's the whole
And it just
dynamic
makes
of
you
ice
have
cream.
a fucking mess. It's like, I'm all sticky.
In other chocolate-related news, I bought myself an advent calendar today.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, a Milky Bar advent calendar.
I'm feeling rather depressed because I'm looking out my window and there's people with like paper snowflakes on their window.
I'm going to do proper Christmas decks this year.
And last week, I looked out my window and somebody had Christmas lights up, and that was like Monday last week.
Are you going to put any Christmas decorations up?
This is the thing because they cost a shitload, and
you put them up for a month.
Yeah, you put them up for a month and they cost a shitload, and I won't even be here for most of the time, so
Oh, well,
I've got like 2 more weeks at uni and then I go back home. So I might just leave it.
Well, I'm going to actually spend some money. Christmas hasn't really felt like Christmas for me the past few years because I've got older and I do less to do with Christmas. So I'm getting some Christmas decorations. Got myself an advent calendar. I'm more Christmassy this year. So
yeah, I know the feeling of Christmas not feeling like Christmas.
it does.
It was last year, I think, that it didn't feel like Christmas because I was out of uni and stuff like that, so it's a bit depressing and stuff because oh, great, this is great.
Yeah, it just felt a bit. It just felt like another bit of time off from work. Then it's not just the presents that make the Christmas; it's everything that goes into it. I think, and
even the family arguments. They're the best part of it. Like, me and my granddad sat there winding up my mum until she snaps and then fucking goes off the handle.
Oh, we used to have pool tournaments at home, and my uncle would always lose his shit if he lost.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You don't do those anymore.
No, we don't
do those anymore.
We haven't done those. We haven't done those since the great queue breaking of 2006.
We don't mention Paul in this house anymore, Brian.
Paul? What's that? It doesn't exist. But yeah, we haven't done it in years. It's probably for the best, really.
Oh dear. One year we got, when we actually had room in our living room, which we never do. We actually invited half the village into our house, which was quite nice. It was quite nice. Like all the nice people, not the didn't invite the
So you didn't invite anyone then?
Oh, the C word has entered the show early today.
Yeah, what the hell, man? It wasn't even me who dropped that bomb.
But we invited all the nice people, and it was actually really nice just to have people from the area that we never usually talk to.
So were you uninvited then? If they invited all the nice people?
We uninvited them.
No, you. Were you uninvited?
No, I was invited. Yeah,
they
you
invited nice people.
bastard.
Really, it took
I
you so
am
long to catch up.
lovely. I'm a lovely person.
I only tolerate you because you pay me a lot to do this.
Oh, I know. I pay you so much. Like.
By the way, you're like 6 months late with the payments.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
What the hell?
I mean, you're 6 months late with the podcast, so you know.
Oh, I suppose they cancel each other out. But you do realise my contract expires next week. You need to renew it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh God! You might have to go to Amazon Prime and make your own TV podcast.
Yes, this professional person who you've never heard of before is on a very high paid contract.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. You
So
better pay
everybody,
up,
you better start funding my Patreon.
Yep.
Which you can find at patreon.com.
No, don't do his Patreon. That was a horrible, horrible wedged-in piece of advertising there, and I hate you for it.
Oh, but
You're disgusting. You're worse than the Oxcast.
but the money would just go to my channel.
Yeah, of course it would, mate.
It would. Like, I've got no other place to spend it.
Yeah, of course you don't, mate. I heard about you and those strip clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Now I know where my contract money's going. Bastard. Right, we're actually going to talk about gaming now. Christmas decorations.
Nah, let's go back to Christmas. Christmas is good. I like Christmas. Christmas is
But
great.
it's so far away.
I know my brother's getting old because he started saying things like, "Oh, it's not Christmas without shortbread."
It isn't though. Shortbread is Christmas, and
Yeah,
the
but my
giant
brother has
boxes
never-
of sweets.
Like last year he started saying stuff like this. He'd never done it before, but last year it was like, it's not short Christmas without After 8 Minutes. It's like, Jesus Christ, you know you're getting older when you start saying it's not Christmas without X.
Well, yeah, it isn't Christmas without an advent calendar. It's not Christmas without decorations. This is why you've got to do this. Is you lose Christmas otherwise, and you become old and boring.
Yeah.
Like me.
Yeah. Brian is old, boring, and just an asshole.
And my screens have gone off.
Your what?
My screens have gone off.
Your screens have gone off. Oh.
Yeah, my screens are back on now.
Oh no, so you can't look at the podcast plan. Not that we have a plan, of course. Oh.
Well, it's poor. The spelling is poor. The grammar leaves a lot to be desired.
Yeah, well, I wrote it while playing Fallout, so...
There's no...
I was alt-tabbing to write things occasionally.
Have you found that alt-tabbing out of that game, the first time you alt-tab or you go into the Steam overlay, it stops your tab from working until you do it again? Or is it just me?
Do you mean, like, you can't actually get to the window you want to go to?
Well, no, I mean...
Oh no! The tab. No, I found that when I first boot it fucking breaks my PC entirely. Like I can't open any windows until the video started playing.
Oh, because I go in game, I bring up the Steam overlay, and then I close it again. But then my tab key doesn't work in game until I open and close the overlay again. And
that, ladies and gentlemen, was a teaser of just what we'll be talking about later.
Bugs Bethesda, sort it out.
So, this is the BS podcast. This name may change in the future, but for now, that's what it's being.
Only if he pays me a lot of money.
And by the point that we have like name suggestions coming in, I imagine it'll be too late and the branding will all be set in place. So it's not actually ever fucking changing. I just lied.
You've lied to your one listener, who will probably be me.
So, at this point, we would normally... do follow-up, I decided, because it seems like a good way to bulk out the podcast.
Do what? We do what?
Follow-up from the previous podcast. So
I can't remember what we did in the previous podcast.
This is why I'm saying that if in week 1 we'll just discuss the changes of the podcast.
Well, are we going to say that this is the new starting point?
This is the new starting point.
The rebrand.
We're retconning you all. You've all had retcon, and yeah.
What does that even mean?
Oh, I don't actually know what its full name is, but it basically means you wiped out parts of the story. So
Oh, so that's what people complain about when they say, "Oh, you retconned that bit. It used to be canon, and now it's not."
Yeah, I don't. The first time I ever heard it was in Torchwood, where they actually used to give people retcon. Like they
give it to you. It was like an illness.
No, it was like a drug. Like you've been in you've seen some aliens. Let's give you some retcon, and then you'll wake up and remember nothing.
Oh. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I'm gonna. Yeah, there's no. First published use of the phrase retroactive continuity is found in Elgin Frank Tupper's 1974 book, The Theology of Wolthart Pannenberg. There you go.
I don't know what that is.
Nor do I.
Uncultured.
I'm just Wikipedia. Wikipedia.
Yeah. You Wikipedia'd it.
So, Brian, would you like to tell us what's going to be different about this podcast?
I'm going to be less not interesting, and so are you.
Yeah. Is that the air you're getting so far?
Yeah. I mean, already I'm feeling entertained by you. Last time I just wanted to fall asleep.
Oh, I thought you said you were going to be less interesting.
No, not less. I don't know what I said.
You said less interesting.
No, I said not less interesting.
Oh, wow. That's you know how Mumble works. It barely picks up the first fucking word, which is what I got. Also, that's one change. The fucking audio will be good.
Yeah. Fucking Mumble. Eat shit, Mumble.
Eat shit and die!
Wow. Okay. I don't know. I'm still processing that one. I don't know what to do with it. I also made all my little blue bars dance off the screen, so you got a nice point. So you don't have to listen to everything. You can just jump to that point now.
Yeah.
Where you eat shit and die. So there we go.
How have you got that dancing on your screen? You should be recording yourself, not me. Please tell me you're recording you and not me.
I'm recording everything, like ambient noise, ambient temperature.
Oh,
my cup
shit!
Of tea. I think I've actually... Oh, no. I've downloaded a seismograph. Shit. No, but it was when you went eat shit and die, and I went, whoa! And that was that.
Okay.
That was the... Okay.
So, Brian, apart from being less not interesting...
See?
Fucking weird word.
What? Less, not the 3 separate words, not one
Like
word.
wording.
You can hyphenate them.
What a weird wording. There you go. Less not interesting.
Well, it makes people think I'm going to say I'm going to be less something, and then I go not, and then they go, oh, what is that? We're going to be with it worse, less with no. And then interesting.
Like the government saying we're going to be less not shit.
Well, don't get your hopes up. I mean, let's be honest. Whoever gets voted in will do a shit job.
Yep. That's the job of a democracy, right? Is to have a shit government.
Yep.
Sorry. You're right there. What the fuck was that?
I was doing like the sound with my lip.
All right. All I was
like that.
Thank you. I'm going to be deafened when I listen to your audio back later.
You have another one.
Thank you.
For free. There you go. I don't know what fantasy I'm using. Right. So.
Right. What's the changes, Brian? You go for it. You talk. You do some talking. I've done all the talking. I'm still talking. Look, Brian, shut me up right now. Brian, shut me up.
I've done an awful lot of talking. I mean, my mouth is dry. I think I'm getting a sore throat.
Shit, better end the podcast. Right, thank you for watching. That's been the BS podcast.
24 minutes is a record. Well, you've just put time frame bi-weekly?
Yeah.
So is that a statement or a question?
Well, I was wondering if that was what you wanted to do, but you never answered, so there we go.
I was playing Fallout 4, you know how I love Fallout 4.
So, I was hoping we could aim, and this isn't going to happen, I know it won't fucking happen, but the idea is that we're going to record it this week, and it'll go out next week. And then...
Well, that's a long editing time.
Yeah, but it gives me a week to edit it, along with all the other videos I've got to edit. Fucking hell,
What,
Fallout
so it sounds
is
like
killing
shit?
me. Fallout is killing me.
What do you mean it's killing you?
Oh, the editing. I've got like 11 videos, which is what? That's
Well, that's your own fault, really.
6 hours of content to edit, and it takes like an hour to render.
So there we go, listeners. You've got 6 hours of Snow being boring on Fallout 4 to look.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because that game isn't really good for playthroughs. It turns out, like, it's not good for commentary because nothing happens. 90%
yeah, that's
of
the thing. I thought maybe no one seems to do a stream where they don't talk all over the game.
That's me. I don't talk all over the game usually.
No, you talk all over the game.
Well, I talk over the...
You talk all over the game.
I don't. I've got
No, like
endless
literally
dead
where
bits.
where the person doing the recording goes, "Hi, this is me playing this. I recorded it on this. I had some fun on this, and this is it." And that's the only talking you get, and then you get unmessed with quality video.
There's plenty of streams like that, but
is there even an audience for that? Is there even an audience for that exist?
I think some people actually do prefer the not talking stuff, like they're just plain gameplay. But it's more sketchy in legal terms because it's not fair use at that point. Technically, because it's not. It's not transformative.
It's not what?
Transformative.
What does that mean?
You've changed it in some way.
I have. By adding a preamble at the beginning.
Yes,
and
but
that's it.
Then you put the gameplay, and then you haven't changed the gameplay. So technically, that's copyright infringement in a sense. But who knows? Nobody does.
Someone talking all over something frustrates the hell.
Oh, that's something to add to the video game news. YouTube.
Oh, that YouTube thing.
Oh, YouTube Red.
Moving it around.
We can talk about YouTube Red, and we can talk about YouTube copyright protection thing.
So RedTube U and RedTube copyright protection.
Yeah, that I spelled wrong.
Was some German firm chasing people who watch porn on RedTube?
What?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, some German law firms sending out notices to people for viewing copyright.
I know Sky warned people not to pay for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fucking weird set of circumstances. Like, oh, Sky has just sent you a letter to tell you not to reply to this letter about you watching porn.
Yeah. Apparently what you do in your private time isn't so private.
Well, who would have known,
So, there we go. So, don't do it with the windows open.
Yep, or on the internet.
Changes. More bullshit, less bullshit.
Yep.
Are we doing more?
We're doing
or
more.
Are we doing less?
And we're doing less.
So it's like a buff and a debuff to bullshit.
Yeah, right. We're doing less of the bullshit and more of the good bullshit.
Oh, okay, fine.
Less of the no funny news shit and the less of the. Basically, this podcast will be whatever the fuck we want it to be.
Yeah.
Rather
So it
than
could be a big sack of shit if we decided 1 week.
and rather than conforming to a gaming podcast, which is what we've tried to do in the past.
Well, you say that, but everyone and their dog are doing gaming podcasts, yeah?
Yeah.
And you'll just be another one doing that thing.
Exactly.
We're just like another supermarket chain. No one wants another supermarket chain in their town.
And if we're being realistic, we basically ripped off the hat chat.
Oh, I
Layout.
didn't. You did. You just invited me along, paid me a lot, and didn't pay me.
Okay, we kind of ripped off Hat Films with the funny news
did.
stuff, but no, we did. I think you were the one that recommended we have funny news.
No,
in
I
the first
didn't.
place. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. You invited me along, and you went, "Oh, you'll need some funny news."
Oh, you're gonna bring some? Actually, no, it was no. I don't know.
It was you.
It was in the older podcast.
I like this. This is the original podcast.
This is like the third reboot of the podcast I've done.
Well, you say that. I'm just going to be the same person all over the place.
Boring as shit. And
yeah. I mean, that was that's what I was going for. So I suppose
that was the USP that you pitched me, wasn't it, mate? You were like, when I was on my recruitment drive for podcast hosts, you were like, I'm boring as shit, and I'm a. And I was like,
yeah, and
hired.
We'll sign you right up. Yeah, so I was like, well, sweet. So it seems that they want more boring people. So yes.
Sounds like you're a politician, Brian. Are you feeling all right, mate?
No, I feel like I'm getting posher somehow.
I'm turning into George Osborne. Oh shit, no!
No, not him. Of all the people, fucking hell. Hi, I'm a boring. Thank you, George Osborne. That was very nice of you. Thank you.
That's very nice. I look 12, but I'm actually like 40, so there you go.
Yeah, he does look like 10, doesn't he?
This man's in charge of my taxes and he looks 12. Help!
Well, it's better than... Actually, nothing... No, we don't want any of them in charge of our taxes.
No, we want no taxes. We don't want no taxes.
No taxes.
No taxes.
No taxes for all.
Sorted! Communism fixed!
Look, if I don't charge for anything, then everyone's going to be really happy.
We should totally do it the American way. We should not have VAT, and then each state decides their own VAT, making it fucking impossible to buy anything because you don't know how much VAT you're paying. Yeah, but the worst thing is
they don't add it to the prices on the shelf. You have to add it on when you get to the till, which is absurd.
Which is what I discovered when I went to Florida.
Unless it's because the Americans can't work out their own VAT systems, they have to make you work out yourself. This is like 16%, so you need to add like $4.04 on the top, and then we come along, boom, 8% done.
8%? Jesus, your VAT is low, mate. Has London got a separate VAT rate now?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, it's to stimulate trade in London.
Yeah, it's because everyone else is paying millions for their houses, so they can't afford to.
Houses are so expensive. You know what? I can only afford to rent a parking space in London.
Well, you could put it on Parkopedia, or not Parkopedia. There's that parking website which I used once when I went to watch something with George, and you could put it on there, and you rent it out to people for basically cheaper than London council parking prices.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got enough parking spaces, it's pretty lucrative. But the fact that as a single man, I can only afford to rent a parking space in London, and not a house or a flat or anything, is quite absurd.
But it's fine, Brian, because they knocked down Earl's Court just so they could build more retail shops and £1 million houses and
luxury flats that someone in Kuwait's gonna buy and never fucking use.
Meaning that you couldn't come to EGX for more than a day, meaning it cost a fucking bomb.
Thanks, guys. Real, thanks for that.
Thank you.
They're changing Battersea Power Station to more luxury flats that people overseas will buy and never use.
But what are we going to do with all the motocross racing? Where's that going to be hosted now?
In their living rooms.
Because that's where they used to do all the motocross, isn't it, in London? Was in Battersea.
Yeah, and there's a street I live near where houses go for £50 million, and only 30% of them are actually occupied.
Well, clearly they're too fucking expensive, aren't they?
They're owned, but only 30% of them have people actually living in them on a full-time basis.
So
I think someone in Brunei's probably got something over here as well. But yeah, it's just absurd. It's ridiculous.
Housing
We
markets.
should knock all those houses down and build some more affordable stuff.
Build some nice, cheap council houses that have leaky windows sorted.
What, like the house I live in? Yeah, great.
Yeah, like
Well,
all council houses.
Definitely want another one of those, where the door frame between our kitchen and our dining room is wonky. So if you did put a door in there, there'd be a huge gap at the top.
When they fitted our front door, we had problems with it. Like it leaked air, and this is middle of fucking winter. They replaced our windows in like fucking December that year. They pulled out all the windows on our house and replaced them over like 3 days in the middle of December.
Yeah, we had some huge building work done down at the front of our house, and there was a huge hole in the wall, and I think it was November, and it was fucking freezing. I had to because it was to do with all the water, so I couldn't have the heating on, I couldn't have a bath, I couldn't do anything. And it was fucking freezing. I had to wear a jumper, 2 jumpers, and socks and shoes because it was too cold. Ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just. And anyway, they fitted brand new doors to everyone in the road's houses, and they bent the frame while they were putting it into ours.
Nice.
So for 3 years we were going, this door's broken, and they were like, no, it's not. It's really not. Oh, I'll send somebody out to fix it. And they'd hit it with a hammer a few times, and then they were like, oh, it's fixed now, love. And we were like, no, it's still fucking letting in all the cold air.
Out, pal.
And eventually they brought somebody out, and he went, oh, some silly twats fucking bent the frame. Like,
yeah,
yes.
But my dad's bought a front door of his own, so he says that when we move out, he's going to take it with him. He's like, this is my fucking door, babe. I don't even care if it doesn't fit on the new place. I'm just going to take my door with me. And the same with the back garden. I'm going to take my patio and my decking up and not let them have any of it.
They knock it all down, don't they? That's the worst bit.
Yeah.
If you leave it there, they just knock it down and throw it away. It's like you could at least leave it
fix
there.
Stuff, and they won't fix it. They come and do work, and they do it badly. They don't like they fitted our double glazing, and we still get drafts, and there's mould in the bathroom around the window, and it's like, come on, guys, sort your shit out. So you know what, fuck them. If they can't be bothered, then we'll take all our shit with us.
More bullshit, less bullshit.
Well, this is something that's not really addressed, is it? You don't really get people from council houses, especially, actually having a place to actually say, this is the shit we're dealing with while you're building your luxury
Do you
flats.
hear that, people? People of council houses and housing associated living, we hear you.
We live in
rise up
squalor.
with you.
We're frustrating as hell, man. Come on.
Oh, man.
Are we getting it again? We've done like 36 minutes and we haven't said anything.
Yeah, we did. We said about Fallout 4 breaking out tapping. So,
Briefly.
Brian, what have you been playing? And please read the note.
What's the note?
The note is leave the thing, the big discussion.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Well,
Yeah.
should we leave it to the end of the discussion? I mean, we put
Well, no, 'cause
37 minutes
I
and we've
have
done
been
council
playing-
houses, parliament, and the podcast.
Well, no, we got to do the news, and then we can go. Or we could. I don't. Right? Shall we? Let's fucking talk about Fallout, guys. Right?
Structure.
Fallout. Begin.
Best game ever made. Discussion done. Finished.
No, I want to have a proper conversation. I know that you've played now 100 hours officially. You
101
still
hours
haven't
now, I
joined
think.
the fucking Brotherhood of Steel. I notice.
My first playthrough was 50 hours, and I declined joining the Brotherhood of Steel. I declined joining the Railroad, and I did the whole Institute storyline to completion. So on a second playthrough, I'm going to do everything.
I assume the Institute storyline is the main storyline. Yes.
No.
No. Okay,
No, I think you can go either Brotherhood of Steel, Railroad, Institute. I'm not sure how the Minutemen fit into that though. I don't know if they're a main storyline as well. Don't know.
Okay, that concerns me about the side quests I've been doing off camera. But okay.
Why? Oh, the
I
Minutemen
started-
side quest.
No,
Well, I
not the
don't
Minutemen
know.
side quest. The Minutemen side quest is literally Preston Garvey is literally just a fucking quest generator. I'm pretty sure that's confirmed at this point. He basically just makes up a quest every time you talk to him. When you've completed.
What do you mean? What side quests have you been doing?
I started doing the Brotherhood of Steel stuff because I was told that you had to get like certain alliances up before you could finish the game. Well, if you didn't do them before you finished the game, like before you got to a point in the game, then you fucked.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, they were done. You reached a point of no return. I made that error. I made enemies of both Railroad and BOS, and then I couldn't do their storyline, so I had to do a new playthrough. So yeah, I don't know. I think you have to do some work for either of them for them to actually accept you into the fold before you can do their finishing story stuff. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know how it works, but
also, what's the condition of if I accidentally open the console? That's my achievements for that playthrough done, isn't it?
I think having done a bit more experimentation, it's still the old system where it's just that session.
Just that sesh.
Yeah. But I think they have now changed it to if you accidentally open it.
Yeah, because I tried to do an apostrophe, and it brought the fucking console up, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was naming my weapons.
For some reason they put it under at now rather than tilde, which is what you have to use.
But
because that's where tilde is on the keyboard, so I don't...
The amount of times I used to press it. The amount of times I used to press tilde. So many times in a session, so I had to keep restarting it.
So, now I've got to do literally no side quests, you've informed me.
Well, no, you can do side quests.
Just not the Brotherhood of Steel or the
I would personally avoid Brotherhood of Steel, Minutemen, once you sort of get... I don't know how far you are with the Minutemen, so I don't want to spoil anything. Actually, yeah. Should we put a warning? There's probably spoilers beyond this point.
There's probably spoilers, and I'm probably going to get pissed off at Brian at some point, so...
Yeah. Well, you can tell me to stop when you want me to stop, because obviously I've played a lot of content
the
now.
Minutemen, I went to... I did one of the quests that he gives you after you... I joined the Minutemen so far, basically.
Have you had to fight a big monster yet?
No.
Right, I'm not going to say too much.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know where it goes beyond that. I've only played it up to going back to a location that he mentions in conversation early on. But it's not Quincy, okay? It's not that.
I don't even know what that is, so...
They keep mentioning it, and I'm pretty sure... there's no way I'm saying it Quincy. I'm not saying it like that. There's an N and a C. Quince. Shut up. But yeah, he mentions Quincy a lot, but there's another place he mentions. And that's later on.
Okay, so...
But that's all I played up to.
See, I thought that Preston was literally just a... Because this is the image I was getting, the fact that when you can talk to him and he'll give you 2 quests at a time, that's what I thought happened. Because it's what I've got. I've got 2 quests with him at the moment.
I think it's more a recruitment drive
Okay.
for other settlements before you then move to a main area. So I think that's more. It's more groundwork that you're doing at first.
Okay. So
yeah, I wouldn't touch Brotherhood of Steel side quests. I wouldn't touch Railroad side quests, and I wouldn't touch.
Okay, well I did ArcJet on camera, and then I told him to fuck off for a moment, and then I went back and spoke to him, which is as far as I got the Brotherhood of Steel. Thank you for telling me that. I won't do any more Brotherhood of Steel. Jesus, it's going to be a long playthrough.
Well, look at it this way. I'm in, 50 odd hours on this playthrough, and I haven't even got near starting the proper story quest yet. I've only just got to Nick
first
Valentine
I
again.
was like, yeah, I've got to Nick Valentine, and I said hi to him and saved him and shit like that. But at first I was like, oh, I'm just going to play it as normal. But then I realised that I can only do about 2 hours before I'm getting like fucking tired of talking. So
yeah.
And editing it takes an hour to render a 30-minute video, or hour to 2 hours to render a 30-minute video. So,
well, that, obviously, as I wasn't recording or anything, I did on my days off. I did 5 11-hour stints. So yeah, I kind of know life that shit.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a long old fucking playthrough. Now, I want to talk about the conversation system because it is a point of contention.
It is a huge point of contention, and I have to say I'm not particularly a fan of it.
I am also not a fan of it. I like it in some respects. I feel like it works in games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age because they are very fixed story with points where it can sort of branch off.
Well, this is my first time encountering this kind of conversation model. Obviously, I know people who think I love the game blindly, and I don't love the game blindly. There are some points which do annoy the hell out of me. Conversation system is definitely one of them. And fucking NPCs walking away from me when I'm trying to talk to them. Before that 3, they would just stay there when I'm trying to talk to them. This one, I handed in a quest earlier, and the woman kept walking away.
It's
fine.
the conversation activation is actually the worst part, I think, out of all of it. It's like
Yeah,
you go,
definitely.
and the awkwardness. He's like, hello, and then he'll say like the character's name before you've even spoken to them for the first time.
Yeah.
Like I ran earlier on, I ran into a hydroponics farm, which is all run by Mr. Handy's.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, and I walked up to Brown, I think it is, who's the guy that gives you the quest around there, and I went, "Hey, Brown." I was like, "I've never fucking spoken to this guy."
This person. Yeah, I think I had someone in conversation, a character I hadn't met, in a conversation with another character, and I said their names if I knew them.
It's like, yes, I've come out of cryogenic freezing after 100 years, and I know everybody on the planet.
Yeah, that is definitely immersion breaking for me, because I don't know that character yet. How can I know their name? How can I know their occupation if I haven't spoken to them?
Now, one thing I do kind of like, I like the conversation system and hate it at the same time. I like how it makes it a bit more cinematic. The game is a bit more, I like having an actual response. Rather, in Fallout 3 New Vegas, you had like 4 or 5 words to respond with, whereas I like actually having a proper conversation with people.
Well, you say that, but it does hurt me that I met a character that I wanted to know more about, and I couldn't.
Yeah.
Like, you speak to Pinkerton in Fallout 3, and you could get so much information off him. I spoke to this character in Fallout 4, obviously not Pinkerton, he's not in it. And I wanted to know more about their background, and I couldn't get to any of that.
Yeah, this is...
Because the conversation flowed away from the point at which the question could be asked.
See, a good system would have been to keep the whole voice acting on both sides, blah, 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 blah. But not make it just 4 options.
Yeah.
They could have had some generic lines for your character to say when they're asking, like in Skyrim when you ask the guards what's going... you ask people what's the latest rumour.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be, is what's going on? What's happening around here? And then you could just... Yeah. I think they should have kept the old sort of menu. The UI in that game as well. Oh, God.
Fucking hell. Look at this, wait.
UI.
Let's stop dancing from different subjects. We'll get onto that in a second.
Yes.
I did enjoy having 8 or 9 options for a chat, which would be 2 or 3 maybe related to the current quest, and the rest were sort of background and lore and stuff, which I fucking love. I love the lore of Fallout, which is it is the best thing for me.
Yeah, I feel that... Sure, when you're in the quest line with that character, it's fine. Just give me, fine.
Just give me quest info. But when I'm done the quest, I want to find out about them.
Yeah, let me talk to them again. Because you walk up to the people, like random residents in Diamond City, and you press E, and it's like playing Fallout again, because you don't say anything to them, and they just talk to you.
Yeah.
It's such an inconsistent system. Inconsistent system.
Well, you walk past people without having to press E on them at all, and they'll just have random chatter as you go by, which sometimes has added map markers and quests, which has been nice. So it's sort of like you hear it.
Yeah, the minute you fucking walk into Diamond City, you get like 6 quests.
See, I didn't. I had to really work hard to find my quests in there.
Oh no, I walked past and like every guard I walked past was like, "Oh, I hear there's something going on in the combat zone." It's like, "Oh, okay then."
Fucking love the combat zone.
I don't know what that is. I'm like, "Oh, okay then."
Have you not been to combat zone
No.
yet? Remember I said it sounds fun?
Yeah.
And then I said, it is fun.
Yeah, I remember now. I remember this now, yeah. I forgot about it. But yeah, I walked past like a guy who's like, "Oh, something going on in the combat zone." And then I walked past another guy. It's like, "Oh, Abbott wants to talk to you." Who the fuck's Abbott? I don't know. How does he know me? I've just walked in, but okay.
Yeah, some of it's really inconsistent. But I do like that the random chatter is more than just flavour. It's now handing out quests, telling you to talk to someone.
Yeah,
it's giving you information. It
would be nice if the game could notice if you didn't like catch on quite yet, and it would replay the audio later, because it doesn't like the amount of times I've had quest markers added or map markers added when I've not heard the conversation.
Yeah,
because the map markers are added as soon as the audio file plays, isn't it?
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. As soon as it starts playing, you get map updated,
which is annoying because I like. Sure, give it to me, but let me go back and talk to them and be like, "Oh shit, they were saying something." Let me turn around and restart them.
I'd like a way that when you first open your map after being given map markers, it highlights them as map markers you've just been given, so that you know.
Yeah, that would be nice. If it just had a new symbol underneath it or something.
Yeah. But chat system, it's not great. Not great at all.
It has its upsides and it has its downsides. It makes the game more cinematic, but it also restricts conversation.
I did have a really awkward voice acting moment with a companion, though. It felt more wooden than a plank of wood, to be honest.
Well,
it's like when you say something but your heart's not in it.
Yeah, I noticed that there's no big names in this game, which is unusual of Bethesda, because usually they get like one or two big celebrities to...
The thing is, the voice acting's been really... I've actually really liked the voice acting up to now. But the bit with the companion, it's like, all we've done is gone around shooting shit. You've told me your background, bit I love. And now all of a sudden you're saying, I love you. And it's like, there's been nothing leading up to that. And it felt... wooden.
You need to play more Mass Effect games, clearly.
That just detached me from everything. It was
actually,
like,
I say that,
it.
but with Mass Effect games, the way it works in Mass Effect and Dragon Age is like, you go around with them, of course, and then after a little while of being with them, it'll be like, oh, I can't remember. There's an elf that I spoke to quite a lot in Dragon Age 2. His backstory is that he'd been like used as a slave and all that, and he eventually ran away, and you're his first person that's not treated him like shit. And
it's a bit like Gob. It's a bit like Gob then.
Who's Gob?
You don't know who Gob is?
No.
He's the ghoul bartender at Moriarty's.
Oh yes, Gob. Yes, he's a bit like him. Yeah. But you'll occasionally get a little notification. Oh, so and so wants to talk to you, and you go along, and it'll be like a cutscene sort of thing, and you'll talk about his past, and you'll heal wounds basically, and then eventually the characters will fall in love or whatever, which is how it works in Mass Effect. Whereas going by that, it's basically they tell you their background, but literally nothing else is said, and then I love you. Hi.
It wasn't my follower who said I love you. It was my character. It was like I don't feel anything for this companion. I gave this companion a bitchin' shotgun. I will say that much. I took that shotgun and I modded the fuck out of it. But that's it. There's been no. You are my companion. You're there to shoot shit with me.
In Mass Effect and Dragon Age, it's usually the other guy that goes, oh, I'd like to spend more time with you, and then you go, no, fuck off, because you're fucking creepy and I don't like elves.
You know what, I just went along with it for the fucking companion perk, which was useless anyway. It's for VATS. I don't use VATS. I don't care. So I've got a perk I don't care about.
There's that perk that lets you see the trail to the quest in VATS.
I don't even want to use.
It's like, perk. Why?
Waste.
What is the point? Oh god, we're jumping about again. But what is the point of having a trail? It worked in games like Fable because the world was a bit of a maze, and like you'd visit all of the world eventually. But in Fallout, if you follow that trail, you're never going to see all of the world.
It is very much the perk you'd get if you had no other perks to choose. Like you've taken every other perk, and that's the only one left.
Yeah,
that's the only reason you choose it.
It just, like, this used to be my issue with Bethesda games, is I used to beeline it straight to the, I'd fast travel to the nearest place, and then I'd follow the road to that town. I'd find nothing because I'd followed the road. Whereas now I tend to walk across I go across country, and I run across everything and then get killed ridiculous amounts of times.
I don't do that anymore because I've been killed by enough sentry bots and death bots to stay in the road.
Soltrons. Gotta love these Soltrons.
Fuck those things. Oh my god. Those ones can do one. Bethesda, if you're going to take anything out of the game, take those out because I'm sick of them. I hate them so much.
I think it was in the last video I put up. I fucking ran into the boxing, the fight club, sort of Mr. Handy fight club thing going on.
I don't think I've been there.
Oh, it's like a Mr. Handy Emporium, but the robots are taken over and they've all sort of malfunctioned a bit, and they're all running a fight club and stuff. And you walk into the only open building, and the guy he's like smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "Go on then, step into the ring, you know you want to." And I stepped in. I've been told that it doesn't matter if you don't step in with a gun, but I stepped in with a gun, and the other Mr. Handy, the boxer man, went, "Error, unexpected variable detected." And then all the Mr. Handys, I had like 30 Mr. Handys after me attacking me. And I ran for fucking miles. And I called out the Minutemen because I'd just been given flag, and I was like, let's try this out. And I called out the Minutemen, and we just defeated it, and then the Minutemen threw a grenade and killed me.
Well, if it's any consolation, I killed an Assaultron, and then a fucking Mr. Gutsy detonated itself on me and killed me. I was like, fucking great. But yeah, and Sentry bots could do one as well.
Sentry bots.
They're so powerful now. They're ridiculous.
They've got such a massive vision cone, haven't they?
Yeah, and they've got ridiculous range.
And they can aim like vertically up, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I do like how you can shoot through the floors now. Oh.
Yes.
I hate being shot through the floor, but I like how I can shoot them back through the floor.
Actually, one thing that is definitely a massive plus is that I can shoot through railings and things now. They're not completely solid.
Yeah.
So you can even shoot through chain link fences now, which is nice. I used to hate being stopped by a chain link fence. How's that going to stop 50 cal?
Yeah, I hate that in all video games. Just like, if it's got holes in that are quite clearly bullet sized, at the very least, let me shoot through it.
Yeah, and you can be closer to things and they won't soak up your rounds on their invisible parts again. So that's it. Combat is vastly improved.
The combat is so much better. I don't see a downside to the combat. I've not used the melee combats, but then again, melee's never been the strong point of
melee. Feels really nice to me.
Does it?
Yeah, I got myself a pipe wrench and just smashed up some ghouls. It felt like I was hitting them with a pipe wrench, rather than me just sort of waving a pipe wrench around in air. But also I fitted a bayonet to my hunting rifle, so that gets a lot of use.
The only combat I don't like is the grenade being on the same button as the melee button.
That doesn't bother me. I mean, but I can't seem to. You can't vary your throwing distance on grenades anymore. Nope. It's super hard or no.
Yep.
Which is annoying. It's like, oh, I just want to drop it down this hole. Oh no. Oh wait, no. I've thrown it into Diamond City. Whoops. So,
I just remembered another bit of lore I came across. This is the thing, the Fallout 4 lore is all sort of in the world, whereas Fallout 3 was on the terminals and stuff. It's still on the terminals, but they got the little storytelling pieces. Like yesterday when I found the guy that had a tree fall on him.
Yeah, there are lots of skeletons in different situations.
Yeah, but I don't know if when you first got out of the vault, if you read the terminal in one of the houses in Sanctuary, it was like a drug dealer.
Yes, I did read that one.
Yeah, well, during this episode where I die a lot, I went to the plane. I found the plane.
Which one's that?
I found the plane crash, and I wiped that out, and then the Mr. Handy's killed me and I hadn't saved, so I went back to the plane crash, and all of the people he handed to drugs were ghouls. Were feral ghouls.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I had that encounter, but somewhere else, and I died. So it re-rolled on everything.
Because I had like Mrs. Rosa and Mr. Rosa and all that all attacking me. I was like, holy shit, I recognise these names.
Fucking hell. See, I met them in my first playthrough, which I hadn't hacked his terminal. So I was like, oh, this is like random named ghouls. It's interesting. This must be an encounter. And now, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
pieced it together. Sense. It's a shame that there's no like lore on them though, because they're just ghouls in the end. They've just got bottle caps on them basically, and it's like
they're just general ghouls for loot.
Yeah. It's just like you could have put some notes or a holotape on them or something, guys.
Well, you got their houses because he doesn't he deal to the Rosas?
Yeah.
Who are straight across the road from you?
Are they?
Yes. They're the house where everyone goes to when the Minuteman goes to Sanctuary.
Do you go through? I didn't follow them. So.
And seriously, if this is a spoiler to you now, where have you been?
The Minutemen Sanctuary. What? What's this? I never left the vault. I haven't left the vault yet.
Really? To get to the vault, you have to be in Sanctuary, you moron.
Well, yes, you have to be in Sanctuary. Have you seen what happens when you don't run to the vault?
No, I didn't try that. Don't think you get blown up.
Because my first episode is called Run to the Vault, and it's got like 87 views. I was like, why has this one got so many views compared to the rest? And I clicked the analytics, and it's like there's a search for "Don't Run to the Vault," and somebody did it, and basically it's like a 6 minute wait time.
Yeah.
And eventually you just blow up, the nuke lands, and you just die.
You know what? I didn't even think to do that.
No, I didn't either. But
I was so busy trying to loot that couple's suitcase that they're fighting over.
Yeah, it just sort of blows you up, which is kind of cool. But yeah,
I think it's nice. It shows that some thought was put into what happens if people don't bother going to the vault.
So, what else should we talk about, Brian? Have you done any building?
No, not much. I mean, I didn't really have the charisma for it, so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to waste my time.
The charisma?
I had one charisma, so I couldn't get any of the traders or anything.
Oh, okay.
Or the supply routes and stuff, so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to bother this playthrough.
I flirted with some trash can. She was called Trash Can or something like that, and I said,
Trash Can Carla?
Yeah, and I said, oh, she's like, what are you looking for? I was like, I'm looking for some love, and she's like, oh, I'll give you a discount.
She's easy.
She was like, oh, I'm way beyond my years, darling, but you've made me laugh, so... Because I just went back to Sanctuary to see if my power armor was still there, because I'm told that if you leave fusion cores in them, the NPCs steal them.
Yeah. Like, the amount of times I found them sitting on the rigs, and then I've got into a fight and someone's fucking appeared in it. And then they kick my ass because I can't kill them quickly enough.
There you go. If you haven't done building, let's talk power armor.
I like power armor. I like the system of power armor.
I think it makes it special, even though I saw an article from somebody that says it's not special anymore, but it does. It makes it's a new resource in a sense.
Yeah, I mean, you'd get power armor, and that would be you. Done.
Yep, you'd be sorted for the rest of the game.
Because you could do everything in power armor. So if, say, in Fallout 3 you went and did the anchorage simulation, you'd instantly get, what was it, T51?
I think so, yeah.
Power armor, and the training for it. And that's it. You're in power armor for the rest of the game. And there's enough outcasts there for you to kill to use their armor to repair yours, so...
Yeah, it's just... and even when you get power armor stupidly early, of course. You get it as soon as you go to Concord, don't you?
Yeah, but it's a broken set, and it's really bottom of the range. It's the bottom of the range set. It's T45.
It's the only one I've got, so I don't even use it, to be honest. It's one of the questions I was going to ask you. Do you use your power armor much? And
I use it if I get into a fight I can't finish. I will go back and I'll get my power armor and I'll fuck shit up.
Because I found fusion cores fucking impossible to find.
I had 37.
I've got 2.
So
I found about 5 in the plane crash before I died by Mr. Handy, and then I went back and I found out the loot's randomized as well.
The loot rerolls.
I was like so fucking pissed off. I was like, oh, I knew there was fusion cores here.
Well, I think if you wanted to employ it as a full-time set of armor, you wouldn't be able to, which is good.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be able to live in your power armor. It's ridiculous.
Even though Paladin Dance does, but Paladin Dance is a cunt, so...
The notion that anyone can live in their power armor is absurd. Like a certain friend of ours who seems to be very upset that power armor's changed.
Ah, yes.
Just that can't even work out why. I think it acts more definitely as a resource and more as a situational weapon rather than one size fits all.
Yeah, because this is the thing. I was used to in Fallout 3 wearing power armor all the time, whereas that's what I've been confused about Fallout 4. It's like I've never fucking worn this thing. I wore it for when I first got it to kill the Deathclaw, and it didn't help me anyway because I ran out of bullets on the Gatling gun. So
I used it in the Ironworks, I think. I can't remember what the fucking name is of the building now.
The Corfaga assembly plant?
No, Saunders?
Oh, I don't know then.
I don't think it's one of those protect the settlement quests.
The quarry, you mean? The sort of quarry sort of thing? No?
No, it's Ironworks.
Okay, I got sent... There's like 2 quarries in that game. One of them was broken as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I walked up to the one that the train yard delivers to.
That must be the one I haven't been to yet.
There's a quarry that the train yard delivers to. It's on the terminal. All secret shipments go here. And I went there first. I stumbled across the quarry first, and none of the close distance models loaded in. So it was gigantic grey blocks, and dog meat sank into one. I was like, oh, I better go see what's going on there. And then it all loaded in as soon as I walked over it, and then I ended up clipping into a pipe and then going into the water. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to swim out of here.
Yeah, I mean, that's an old issue from the old Fallout, so it doesn't even bother me. It's just a nothing for me, if I'm honest. It's something I've dealt with in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, so don't care. Really don't care.
I think this has got to be one of the most refined Fallout games. But then again, there's only been 2 others. This is the thing. Everyone's like, oh, this Fallout's so much different. It's like there's been 2 games.
Yeah, but the things that stick in people's mind are problems at launch.
Yeah.
They are the things that will make or break your game. Like Battlefield, that released broken twice, and that is what people remember. People don't remember the Battlefield 3 eventually being fixed.
And Battlefield 4
playable
now being
state.
fixed, and Battlefield
It's not
4 now.
fixed. Yes, it's not fixed. That's still a heap of junk.
I enjoy it.
I don't. It's frustrating as hell.
That new map's really fun, actually. The new map.
But it's an old map. It's a new old map again. They're just rehashing old content because they haven't got the intelligence to make new stuff.
It reminds me of one of the Vietnam maps, but it is a bit different.
Well, it's Dragon Pass, isn't it?
No, not Dragon. That's the new one that's coming out next.
That's a new old one.
The original idea was that they were going to have like actual clouds that you could fly through and stuff like that, but then they had to get rid of them. So the only fun sounding feature was it was removed. Like it sounded really cool because it was like, oh, you can have air battles above that nobody can see, and you can go up the mountain and nobody can see you below the mountain and stuff like that. So you can have your little war zone on the top of the mountain, and then they're like, oh, performance means we have to get rid of the clouds.
They mean performance for consoles when we have to get rid of the clouds.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's usually the problem.
And they're not even supporting 360 and PS3 for that, so...
Yeah, but who would? They're dead. They've been dead in the water for years. But yeah, now you've derailed me.
Yeah, we were talking Fallout 4 and now we're not.
Yeah, it released... Fallout 4 released, I had a handful of bugs. I had one quest giver who wouldn't talk to me anymore, so I killed her. Well, she was like, come and see me here and we'll go and loot this place. And then she wouldn't talk to me when I met her there. So fine, I'll kill you and have the loot myself. So that was that sorted. I've clipped through the floor once. I teleported once. I got thrown 100 feet in the air by a house. But that's it. Nothing game breaking.
Yeah,
nothing that stopped me progressing.
There's only been like one game breaking bug found, isn't there, so far? And I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, the gaming news outlets are acting as if that's the first bug that's been found, but it's not. There's a handful of bugs, but they're just little things that can be ironed out later on.
The thing is, it's a game of this scope where literally, actually, you can move far less objects than you usually can. You can't move barrels anymore and stuff like that. But you can move loads of stuff.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of clutter and stuff all around. There's a lot going on, and with a lot of the interiors now in the exterior. There's actually a lot more going on in the world than there used to be.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's a new point of contention: the map size.
You know what? It doesn't feel that small to me.
It doesn't feel that small to me either.
First was 100 hours, and I still feel
Toast. Toast. Everyone knows Toast, right?
Fuck, you joined us on the live stream. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. What? That Toast.
Yeah, that Toast. I don't know what you said about him, but okay.
He was on the live stream.
Yeah, I thought you said insulted him or something, and I was like, what?
Well, I can do that if you want.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine here.
You sure?
But yes, Toast we had on the live stream when we played GTA that time. He was like, oh, so how do you feel about the 11-minute size map? And I was like, you watched that video, didn't you? You watched that video. And I was like, I imagine that guy also had full agility and all that. We don't know.
That's what I said. Have you seen the video? I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the video because I don't want secret areas of the map spoiled.
Precisely. That's why I haven't watched it.
I've been saying to people...
From top left to bottom right?
What?
Did they say he went from top left to bottom right?
I don't know. I don't. All I know is 11 minutes, and I was like, so.
He probably had 10 agility, 10 endurance, all of the sprinting perks, and sprint, and that was 11 minutes. Because there was no way you were walking that in 11 minutes. It ain't happening.
No, and sure, the map might be smaller, but the map is open now.
It's open. The interiors are far better than they were. There are far fewer single-room interiors now.
Yeah.
If you have to load into an interior, it's a big interior.
Apart from the one that I found near that hydroponics plant, but yeah. Anyway, but like the fact that Diamond City is the only town that I've had to load to get into,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other towns I've been to.
Well, you got Concord, that's all open, and
yep,
shitload in there, and
another place beginning with C, that's all open. I'm not going to say it because if you haven't been there, I'm not going to ruin it. Although it does come up in random chatter for the Diamond City Guards, and you'll get a map marker for it.
All right, I might have heard of it, but I don't
There's
know.
an interesting quest related to that place. I did one result and I don't think I liked it, so I'm going to do the other way now.
Yeah, it's all open. There's no loading screens, which is why I think it feels people will say it's smaller because sure, Fallout 3's map might have been bigger or something, but most of it was
just
inaccessible.
felt more empty.
It was mostly inaccessible.
Felt really empty, yeah, or inaccessible. But it did feel really empty, Fallout 3's map. I love Fallout 3, I love it, I love its world, but it did feel really empty at times. You know, the walk from Megaton to Tenpenny Tower, it was the most boring walk I've ever had to make. Because there's fuck all.
Now, I think the main issue we got now with Bethesda games is, and I heard this from Video Gamer, they got a guy on their staff who fucking loves Bethesda games. Like, he will hands down defend them over anything. But
Right.
he's basically been saying that since Morrowind, every Bethesda game has been a remake of Morrowind because they've been using the same engine since they used Morrowind.
Well, I've never played Morrowind, so...
No, but he's basically been saying that basically all they've done every time is remake Morrowind because it's the Bethesda game is the Bethesda game, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not... That's what people are forgetting. It's not just the game. It's the story. It's the lore that they're bringing forward.
He loves Fallout 4, but I think the problem we've got now is the engine at the moment.
The engine's creaking.
The engine is
If
more
it wasn't
than
creaking before, it was
the
it's
engine
creaking
is more
now.
than creaking at this point.
It's
The
falling
engine
apart.
has snapped in half and is beginning to sink.
It is fucking Trinity Tower shit up here. That's how bad it is. Yeah, but it doesn't. It's not a problem for me. You know, people going, "Oh, this is Fallout 3.5." Hello, you're there lauding the achievements of New Vegas, which was a bazillion reused assets from Fallout 3. Yet you're saying Fallout 4's Fallout 3.5. Which planet are you on?
I love Mountain Fall. I think in future Bethesda stories are never as good as Bethesda stories are Bethesda
You know
stories.
what? The strange thing is that the main stories are not great.
Yeah,
But the world and lore that they build into it is fantastic. Yeah. It's a strange... It's like...
I think it's the other way around with New Vegas. New Vegas was a brilliant main story, and then everything
I didn't really care for it. You're railroaded into helping the NCR. Legion aren't fleshed out because they go through issues which are probably a little bit touchy these days. You know, Mr. House, I didn't fucking like him. I didn't like him. He was a twat. Old Robert House, do yourself, mate.
But I think in future they need to get... They do their side quests fucking wonderfully. Like, if you go and play any Elder Scrolls game, and everyone will say, "Oh, the Assassin's Guild and the Dark Brotherhood are probably the best quest lines to do," and they last fucking hours. Like,
yeah, I
did a side
quest. I did a side quest a couple of nights ago, and I had to do it in 2 evenings because it was so long. But it was a really enjoyable side quest.
It's just like they should just bring in. I don't. It doesn't even have to be expensive. Just bring in a writer for the main story in the future. I think. And I've been told that the ending of this story is basically as shit as the Fallout 3 original ending. It's sort of like, oh, there were so many other solutions to this, but you've given me one.
Yeah, it was... Actually, it kind of snuck up on me, the ending. I was actually really disappointed. That's the only real disappointment I've had.
Yeah, which
Rest of the game's fantastic.
I feel like they should just fix... That's like the biggest point, is fixing their stories.
They need the guy who writes the lore for their terminals and stuff to write their story, because seriously, that guy knows his shit.
I just feel like when Bethesda come out with their next game, and it's going to be an Elder Scrolls game, I imagine next, or fuck it, they might just go, "Oh, we're done with everything. We're closing shop, and Fallout 3's our last game.
We've made our money.
Season pass, and fuck you, we're not making it. We've gone bankrupt or something."
You know, I've not even bought the season pass. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the DLC to come out because I only like Point Lookout for Fallout 3.
Bethesda DLC hasn't actually been good since Oblivion.
It was. I really enjoyed Point Lookout. That was a fantastic DLC. The rest
wasn't Point Lookout. Wasn't that the one that they released like ages after the game came out as well? Like they said,
possibly.
They said, "Oh, we're doing that." It was the last one they released, wasn't it? And they were like, "Oh, we're not doing any more DLC."
No, Zeta was the last one they released.
Oh, was it? Okay, Zeta was shit.
You know what? I've never played Zeta. I couldn't be bothered.
It's just killing people. It's literally just fire a gun lots.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, some of the items seemed interesting. But that's about it.
Bethesda DLC hasn't been... I've not played Point Lookout. It's the only one I've not played. But the last good Bethesda DLC that I even was interested in was Oblivion Shivering Isles, which is where they made an entirely new world and stuff like that. which I guess Point Lookout's a bit like they made a new sort of smaller world. And
yeah, I mean, but I made Point Lookout last about 20 to 30 hours. I mean,
and in the Shivering Isles, it was literally you go through a portal and then you get to pick one of two worlds, either Madness or something else. I can't remember what it was. And the two worlds are entirely different, and it's just amazing. Shivering Isles is just amazing. Like, it's so... I've not even scratched the surface on Shivering Isles because Oblivion's a bit old now, and I feel clunky when I'm playing it. And
yeah, that's the problem I'm going to have if I want to go back to Fallout 3. Even with Tale 2 Wastelands on it.
And then you go to Skyrim, and the entire world is just shite. The story's shite. The Assassin's Guild is great. The Thieves Guild is great, but the main story's shite, and the engine's, as we say, it's falling to bits. I feel like if they could make another game, they're gonna need to fucking work on like a new engine. They need to start from the ground up with engine, and they need to get a massive story writing team and everything.
Yeah, I think that is it's the main. It's a shame that it has to be a falling point consistently. The story. Get some fucking proper writers in there. Smash out a good story. Get your lore guy on it as well. Whoever writes those terminals I want to give him a medal. Let's just get them all together, then bash out a story and be done.
I think with Skyrim, their aim was to improve melee combat, which I assume they've also transferred from Fallout 4. And Fallout 4's main aim was to improve combat, gun combat.
Yeah, combat was clunky as hell.
I think that was like. I think that was like. I think that's been their 2 points that they like. Their main focus is the combat in both games. Yeah. And now they fixed that. Now that they've learned how to do combat, start from the ground. You know, use what you've learned. Make a brand new engine. Like fucking. Don't bring out the new game for 7 years if you have to.
Whoa! No, I nearly died having to wait the last week for Fallout 4.
No, I mean like their next game though. But just, you know.
That means we've got to wait 7 years for the next Elder Scrolls. How much longer we wait for the next Fallout? I'll be dead. Todd
Howard would not be in work anymore.
Yeah, Todd Howard would have been replaced twice over.
But I just think that
I don't want to live in that world.
I do just think that they need to just knock all of it down and start again.
Yeah, definitely new engine. I think. Now they've sort of made Fallout theirs. There's a whole lot they can do with it.
Well, yeah, that was the thing. That was sort of what I was saying, wasn't it? When they first announced Fallout, I was like, they need to make this different from Elder Scrolls. Yeah. Because Fallout 3 and New Vegas were basically Elder Scrolls with guns.
That's what I heard people saying. But not having played Elder Scrolls, I was totally untainted by that.
No, it's not an issue as such. It is just like you've got the Ubisoft game and you've got the Bethesda game.
Well, yeah, but I understand it was an issue for some people, like Alex Smith of Hat Films.
I really don't care about it, to be honest. Like that, it's a good template.
But you will get people who, you know, every single big release, you're going to get people who hate it just for and they will find any reason they can.
I think now they've got two distinct directions for both games to be going. They need to knock it all down and, you know, start on the technical side of stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
get a proper story writing team for each of your games. Like
they've made their baseline stories for Fallout. You know what? I'd like to see them go back again, sort of 2150s, because obviously Fallout 1 and 2 are hugely old. I've read all the lore. I have not played the games, I will admit that, but I've read every single bit of stuff there is to read, even the dialogue sheets, which is a bit sad. But you know, I want to experience that really post-nuclear world.
I'd love to see more pre-war stuff as well. Yeah, like, it's such a shame that the pre-war stuff in this game was just like not even, you know, it didn't even need to be there, did it? Really?
I think it was nice. The idea is nice.
It's nice, but they could have done a bit more in it.
Maybe it was more. We'll see if people like this or not, because it's quite bold to say this is a post-nuclear role-playing game, and here you are pre-war. I think it's a bit of a shock.
But it's kind of like
what would you do?
Coming back to the story again. You've got this child and this wife, and you know them for all of 5 minutes before they're dead.
Yes, you don't have any attachment.
And it's like, oh no, my son got stolen. Oh, I better spend 100 hours not finding him.
You know what? You know what? I cared less about my son disappearing, and I cared a whole lot more on finding out the background to a certain story character through holotapes. I'm loving the fuck out of that. I think it's an unmarked quest I think I've stumbled upon.
Alright.
So I spent the past maybe 15 hours.
You can say the character name, because...
Nick Valentine.
Oh, is it Nick Valentine? Okay.
Yeah, I think I found an unmarked quest related to him.
I've come across some... Oh, I don't know. I keep coming across holotapes with the same name. It's not Nick Valentine. But yeah, I found the first one in the train yard, I think.
This is going to be absolutely spoilerific. If you cared that much. Have you found the Fred Winters holotape? Right out. It's in the you probably find it first in the police station right outside Diamond City.
I've not.
There's a holotape. There's a holotape in there. Go and listen to it, and it will set you off. I think it's an unmarked quest. I'm going to get all the holotapes, listen to them in order, see what I can find out, and go on from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it certainly seems like an interest. See, that stuff, that's fucking interesting as fuck. I spent my entire time traipsing across the map to all these different places just to find the holotapes mentioned on terminals.
In the train yard, you go into the terminal and it talks about shipments and all that, blah, blah, blah. Nothing's interesting. And then you realise, oh, there's a holotape in this computer, I'll just eject it. And then you put it into your thing.
I like that feature.
You put it into your Pip-Boy, and then it's... I think the idea is it's slaves have run away from slavers. Because there's two guys, and they go, oh, I can hear them coming. There's 6, 7 maybe. And then one of them goes, right, stay here. I'll go out and sort it. And then shooting happens. He's like, I don't want to go back. I can't go back. And then it ends. It's like, oh, okay then.
Well, that could be two things. It could be slaves and slavers, or it could be a certain faction which I won't mention.
Okay, but
I don't want to.
No, exactly. This is the problem.
I played a lot more.
All my friends have been like, "How much Fallout you played?" I've been like, 10 hours. How? You only played 10 hours. I played 50. And then they start talking to me. I'm like, just stop, because you're gonna spoil even.
Yeah.
I don't want like a fucking single aluminium tin can spoiled for me, basically.
You know, I was talking to someone, and because I'd found what seemed to be a fixed spawn for the syringer, and I said, I will tell you if you want to know it, but otherwise I'm not going to say anything. Mm-hmm. Because I know that obviously I played a lot more than everyone I know. By a long way. So I don't want to go around spoiling stuff for people because I know how much it sucks. But there are definitely a few things that are interesting, and I think you'd be missing out if you missed them.
I've been going back to all the places I've been, because like when I'm doing a playthrough, because I know it's a Fallout game, I'm trying to get through the areas as quickly as possible. Like I would normally sit there and loot every fucking drawer.
Yeah, I get stuck in places for hours. It's like this place is 2 seconds down the road, and I've looted every building and then some before I got there.
And I know that if I just, because thankfully most places are marked down on your map anyway, so I can just go back there later. Like when you save Nick Valentine from the Metro, I was just like, I need to just get out of here and just get on with it. But I was like, I need to read all the terminals and stuff.
Yeah, read all even though I'm on second run through, it's like terminals I've read before. I still have to read them. I can't ignore them. It's impossible.
Mm-hmm. I've read some terminals, and the one in Red Rocket, I found like the dumpage bit underneath Red Rocket.
Yeah.
And I was happy I read that, because the first time I went through it, I didn't, because I did the live stream on the launch night, and I just went for Red Rocket and didn't do anything there. I got dog meat and left. I was so happy I read the terminal. I was like, oh, there's secrets. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you find a certain important item under there.
Do you?
Very early in the game. Yeah.
What is it? I can't remember. It was so long ago I went under there.
Hold on. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Also, the first time I went down there, I got a fucking radioactive glowing rat roach. Mole rat.
Alright.
And I was playing on survival when he got me up.
I think I'm playing on the default difficulty, whatever that is, and it's still tough enough as it is.
Oh, I've just upped it to very hard.
I might need to up it now, because I've got Righteous Authority. We'll say that because that's not spoilerific right there. That's just sort of... You know Righteous Authority, don't you?
I probably should do, but I don't. I can't recall it.
I'm going to type it to you now.
Oh, no, I didn't get his weapon last
Okay, so, yeah, now that I've got that, like, all I have to do is point at people's heads and spam the trigger now.
I've been hunting for a hunting rifle or a 10mm pistol with energy damage.
But now that I've picked that up, I'm just like, do, and you see it from Retcon playthrough, like, I just spam the button, it's just so easy now, so I might need to up it.
And this is why I've been doing restrictive weapon playthroughs.
But
I've got to adapt.
I recently just modified my short hunting rifle to a long or combat rifle or something, to a long one.
What's the point in the short one, the short hunting rifle?
I don't know, but it's all you pick up.
It's the first one that starts appearing. It's like, what the hell is the point in this?
This is why I was getting pissed off. You know, when I was getting pissed off about the lack of weapon variety, because I thought that in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, there's so many fucking weapons.
And you say that, assault rifle class, Fallout 3. You've got the R91 and the Chinese assault rifle, and that's it. That's your assault rifle's done.
Yeah, but then you got like the 10mm pistol, the 10mm submachine gun, then you've got the submachine gun, and it's all that stuff. And you've seen
it's useless. The .32 pistol was useless. You picked it up to sell it. It was vendor food.
But that was it. The thing I get pissed off is the fact that I've been told now until about level 10 you just see fucking pipe weapons. It's like,
it is pipe weapons galore. I had thousands of the ammo that they use, which I've been using to offset anything I've bought. Pipe weapons are pretty prolific until you're maybe in the early 20s.
It's just ridiculous. It's like, guys, at least like a hunting rifle. Fucking just give me a hunting rifle, Christ.
We say that, but there's 3 base pipe weapons. You got the .38s, which is the basic pipe pistol. You got the .45, which is the revolver, and you got the .308, which is the bolt action. Yeah, so technically it's 3 weapons because you can't make them each other.
No, but it's still fucking annoying just to constantly get pipe rifles. It's like, I just killed an enemy. What does he got? Oh, it's a pipe rifle. Okay.
Weapon variety is certainly lacking for me.
And I think I like the modding system, but I think picking up a modded weapon doesn't make more weapons. You know, it doesn't equal more weapons because it's just like, oh, this one's got glow sights on. Great.
They said there was 50 base weapons, but I've encountered maybe 20 that I can think of off the top of my head. So maybe that's sort of end game rifles and stuff, but I don't know. We'll find out. But I am enjoying the weapons I have. And I converted the hunting rifle to a .50 and it deafens you every time you fire it.
Yeah.
So, but modding system's fantastic. Love it.
The only thing I've got against the modding system is the fact that you need to be level 13 to unlock rank 2 in the weapon mods. Because
it stops you from becoming a king at like level 5.
Yeah, I know, but you keep telling me like, oh, I rechambered this to take a new type of ammo, or I rechambered to be auto. It's like I can't do that.
But the thing is, .50s don't become common until you're in your mid-20s. So rechambering a hunting rifle, your pipe rifle to a 50 doesn't matter because you're not going to get the ammo for it.
I just that's a point of contention with me is just the weapons, just because there is no weapon that the weapons I like don't have enough ammo dropped.
That has been my bit. You're given a 10mm pistol, you get fuck all 10mm.
Yeah, and then the 10mm pistol is fucking pathetic compared to the pipe rifles, and I don't like the pipe rifles.
Well, once you get the automatic armor-piercing receivers for the 10mm, it becomes a brutal weapon.
There's another thing I don't like about the modding system. You can't take mods off other guns.
You can.
You can't.
You can.
How?
If 2 guns share the same mods, i.e. a scope, you can take the scope off the one you don't want, just put standard sights on it, and then you can instantly put the scope on the other one, and it doesn't cost you any materials.
No, but I've got a pistol that's got a tactical light on. I had a pistol that had a tactical light on. And
I've.
Hmm?
There's a pistol with tactical light. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's a tactical light pistol or tactical light carrier.
Well, light would have to be its body then.
But still, I couldn't. I had no option to make that body, and I couldn't take that body off and put it on my pistol, which I know is a whole mop head and mop handle, and replace the mop head and the mop handle, but it's the same mop still. I know it's that situation, but still, like, I can't take the glow sights off of one pistol and put it onto another. Like,
you can if they share. Like, I've taken my reflex sight off my 10mm and put it on another 10mm.
See, I've only seen the option to scrap when I've got scopes and stuff on.
No, don't scrap. You go in to modify them, you put on the stock stuff, and you get the mods in your inventory
to
then apply to another weapon.
It doesn't make that clear because
it doesn't make that clear.
It says, "Oh, it's going to cost this much to put it back to standard." I was like, "Why the fuck would I want to put it back to the standard and waste?"
Yeah, don't scrap them because it scraps the mods. Take the mods off, and then you can reuse them on another weapon.
There you go. Let's fucking talk about the shit UI.
The UI's god awful. There's very little in the way of tutorials for weapon modding as well.
Yeah,
I fumbled my way through that.
The whole thing is, it's just like, this was my main thing with the weapons, was I was never told that, oh, weapon modding is really useful, because in the previous, in New Vegas, you could play that game without touching the weapon modding, couldn't you?
Yeah, but why the hell would you?
Well, I never did. I never touched it, because I never understood it. Again,
I did. I got the WMX and the weapon mod manager mod, which was very handy. Yeah, weapon modding's nice. It's a nice
I
feature,
like the system.
But this one's far more interesting than New Vegas was. But it does need a proper UI, and just putting pluses and minuses by the stats doesn't help me. I want to see how much exactly extra weight I'm putting on, extra accuracy it's getting,
here's the thing,
range
right?
I'm losing. I want to see it in numbers.
When you pick up guns and they've got a plus next to them, what does that mean?
It means that means they're better in some way than one you're currently carrying.
Oh, great!
Which I figured out myself.
That helps. That teaches me nothing. And like, I put a mod on the pistol, and it had 3 pluses next to the damage, yet the damage didn't go up. It's like, what? What? Why? Why do this?
It's very much, yeah.
And yet sometimes when you change the mod, it tells you what the damage increase is. It'll change the damage number. It's like, what?
Yeah, it does show you the damaging. It shows you the damage in as live as it would be if you applied it right now. So you go back,
sometimes I've seen it where it just shows me pluses next to the number, which is, I'm like, what does that mean?
Well, I've not had that issue, but yeah. But pluses and minuses are nice, but I want to see it in numbers. I want to see plus 16
I missed
damage.
the compare option, basically.
Yeah. I
think Fallout 3 had a compare option, didn't it?
I think, especially now you can loot on the fly, as it were.
Yeah.
You need weapon cards to come up as you're looking at them in the inventories, without having to keep going into inventories.
We're basically turning Fallout into Borderlands here.
Well, if you're going to put a plus next to a fucking weapon, let me know what it is that's better. Don't make me guess. I don't want to pick up tat, because I don't know how it's better. And if I'm carrying a 10mm, don't put a plus on a missile launcher. I don't care about missile launcher. I'm not going to use that as my primary, am I? Some things it's like, really, guys, did you think this through? Some it's like, this is fantastic. Do it, do some more. But, you know, little niggles, it's not really detracting from what I find is possibly the best game I've played since Fallout 3.
Anyway, the UI is shit. The building UI is certainly shit.
Yeah, god awful. I should not have to take my hand off my mouse.
Yeah, I have to take my hand off my mouse, and then when I'm looking at an object and I press E to go into the next menu, it doesn't let me go into the next menu. Fuck you! It picks up the object that I was looking at.
Yeah, it's like they went, right, we need a UI for this, and we need to fuck up the people who are using it on PC as much as possible.
Yeah,
we want them to have hands off mice. That's what we want.
This is the thing I've always seen about Fallout. Fallout is very much the console adaptation of Bethesda games.
Well, the control scheme definitely is, without a shadow of a doubt. That is.
Well, it's like the dialogue thing is basically stuck in there because it's easier on controllers.
Say that, I never found scrolling through a list on a controller when I used to play on console difficult.
No,
If people find it difficult, stop playing games.
Yeah, and the fucking terminals, they're so laggy. You go back to the main menu, there's like 16 options, and you've got to wait for it to decide to. Yes, you do. I have to. I've had to wait for it.
No.
Because if you click, if you hover over
I use my keyboard. Don't use your mouse on a terminal. Use a keyboard.
Yeah, but why should
use
I
your arrow
have
keys
to
and your enter key.
Why should I have to take my hands off my mouse?
But you're on a terminal. You don't have to turn around and shoot anyone.
No, but I should never have to take my hands off my mouse anyway.
Yes, I know, but it seems that they seem to have made a lot of concessions for console users and none for PCs, so you have to go with it, mate. Okay? Take your hand off your mouse, like so. Put fingers on arrow keys.
Saying like so, like I can see you.
Maybe you can. Remember the porn thing we said earlier? Wow, we linked back way back. Use your arrow keys and use your enter key, and that is it. That's all you need. And tab, obviously, to go back if you need it. But yeah, I've found that using terminals much easier now.
Anyway, we've spent like an hour talking about Fallout.
Well, I think it needed to be done. I haven't spoken to anyone about it because there's another person, I'm not naming names, who just really hates Fallout in its new guise, and you can't have a decent conversation about it. I will always admit there are a lot of things which are just like, guys, sort it out, because it's silly.
But it's not a bad game, and overall, it's not a bad game.
One thing we'll be doing anyone a disservice if we don't talk about skills.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, I hate the perk chart.
I love the perk chart.
I hate how hard it is to see anything on it, and
what about it? Not how it is to look at, how it is in a gameplay point of view.
That is part of it, though. The
What? Are you going to elaborate?
I'm trying to think.
Hello, are you there? Am I still connected? Is my internet still on?
I'm trying to think what is wrong with it. I know it's wrong, but I'm trying to discern what. It's just because in Fallout previously, when you got your perks, it was a nice big long list. It was just words, which was nice because I don't like having to look at a picture to go.
Okay.
Oh,
my slight on it. List confused the hell out of me. I scrolled through and I've forgotten what I've looked at the top.
See,
I've got it all laid out in front of me.
We're different people here, then, bro. Because I like the list because I could, they all had neat names. Whereas now I've got to look at a fucking picture and go, "Oh, that picture's the one about lockpicking."
I played.
I accidentally unlocked fucking melee mods because I saw a workbench and I was like, "Shit, I better reload."
No, you just cover over it and it just tells you the details. Gives you the deets. But I like the lack of skill points. Skill points meant you could have 1 charisma and 100 speech and be, you could talk your way out of anything despite having 1 charisma. You could have 1 strength and do maximum damage with melee weapons. It was all absurd. Basically, you become a master of everything. There's enough skill books to become 100 in everything, which made you a special pointless.
I like the change they've made with the skill books now, though, because they give you a unique ability, don't they, when you find them?
It's a slight buff.
I picked one up. It's like, oh, you can now make picket fences. It's like, great. Yeah. Thanks for that, guys.
Well, I think it's nice. I think it enhances the exploration stuff. There's more stuff to find, and you hold on to your skill books just for when you got the comprehension perk, and that was it. But then you'd be getting, in New Vegas, +4 per book, which is ridiculous. No one needs that much.
Well, now you have to read them before you take them anyway, don't you?
Well, you don't have to take them now. You should leave them where they are.
I take them anyway because it's what I do. I fucking hoard shit in Bethesda games. It's I've read a book, better take that. Oh, holotape I've listened to. I'm going to listen to that later.
Apparently, you can build a magazine rack in your settlements and put all your magazines on that.
Cool.
Which would be sweet. So I've been keeping all my magazines, even though they're worth 300 caps each. I mean, I've got 4,000 caps worth of ammo on me, so cash ain't a problem.
Yeah. That's the thing I've always found at Fallout games, actually. You start off poor as shit and you can't buy anything, but by, like, level 10, you're rich. And
Yeah, because you got so much ammo. But it's because it's ammo you don't use.
yeah, it's
the worst bit.
I've got all this .38 that's stuck into
Yeah.
fucking pipe
Yeah,
rifles.
I've not used any .38. I won't even rechamber my hunting rifle to .38 just to use it all up. But I'm not too sure on the level gating for perks. I would prefer you to the first rank of a perk to cost 1. Yeah? One level. But then say the second rank would cost you 3 levels.
I think
so it's more that it's a choice, and it's a conscious decision for you to wait 3 levels to get the next level of that perk, or take level 1 of another perk.
My main issue coming to think about with the perk thing is the fact that it's never in Fallout. You'd be given your list of perks, and then you could see the ones you could unlock, and it was at the bottom of the list. Whereas now they're sort of mixed in between.
Yeah,
and it's a face. It's just a face full of information at once on that perk chart.
It is a bit of a jumble, and even the fucking control scheme on that's horrible.
Yeah, well, you can't scroll wheel.
Next rank.
You can't press scroll wheel.
I can't scroll to the bottom.
I know I've got to drag my mouse down. Great, thank for fucking. Oh, God.
It's frustrating as hell. Sometimes.
That's why at first I thought that was the end of the fucking terminals. You can't scroll on terminals.
You could never scroll on terminals.
No, I know you couldn't, but
you just have to click and it goes to the next page.
Yeah, but the amount of terminals, I figured that out after like 20 terminals where it just worked. Like in the fucking vault, there's one where it says "the" at the end, and I was like, "Oh, did he die or something? Maybe, maybe he died while writing
I did the same thing. I couldn't work out the button to go to the next page, so I was sitting there going, "What? Did he just finish his entry there?"
Yeah, I did that too. I was like, "Did he just die or something?"
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, the vault went to shit, so probably.
Because I even tried to use the arrow keys, which I swear used to work, using arrow keys to take you to the next page.
I don't know. I never used it. I used to just click through terminals.
But oh god.
Yeah, but it definitely got me. Don't worry, you weren't the only one.
Some of the UI changes just
It's pointless. Why don't retain the old system? Especially for terminals. That didn't even need changing. God, guys, sort of.
And I miss using my number keys to select things.
What do you mean?
You can't use you could use your number keys to select options in chat and in terminals and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant favorites, weapons, and things.
No, the weapon stuff is actually better than it used to be. Sort of.
It's how it used to be, but I have to press Q to get it to the fucking hotkey first. I can't just press the weapon and put it in 1. I
think that was taken from a mod from Skyrim. I can't remember now.
It's a shit mod. Whoever made that mod should be shot.
Wow. Calm down, Jeremy Clarkson. Calm down.
Well, he's ruined my scheme, man. Although at least there's at least 2 for fucking ammo changes now.
To be honest, I don't use the fucking favourites menu anyway, because when I change a weapon, I'm just like, oh, what have I got ammo in? Shit. What have I got ammo in?
You know what? It's not even a question. It's a statement. That fucking lag when you change weapons sometimes.
The menu lag in general, with mouse-driven menus are just awful in that game.
Well, no, you use your hotkeys to change weapons. Then it can take up to 5 seconds for your weapon to come out. You can't run. You can't do anything. You can walk. That's it. That's what you can do. You can walk away, but you get shot to shit while you're waiting for your hunting rifle to come out your backside. Mm-hmm. Frustrating as hell. I've never had something so frustrating.
Anyway, Brian. I've just realised what fucking time it is, and I was meant to be leaving by now, so let's get on with the podcast. Because I'm going out for dinner later.
We're going out for dinner. I'm going to play some more Fallout.
Are you? Believe it or not.
On a perk chart that I can't navigate. I think we've spent
nearly 2 hours talking about Fallout now.
It needed to be done, mate. I haven't been able to talk to about anyone.
And we can talk about it next week and the week after. That'll be our podcast thing. Every fucking week we're talking about Fallout.
We'll
get emails going, guys, you talk about Fallout too much.
Hold on, you think we get enough listeners for there to be emails?
No. Right.
So we didn't talk about any of the things we wanted to talk about?
No. I was going to say...
Well, I suppose you can make this a bonus Fallout 4 podcast and do an all one next week. If you're around, or you're not around, are you?
I'm not around next week because I'm gonna see Top Gear live. You
jealous?
You
well,
jealous?
it's not Top Gear. Not Top Gear
Well,
anymore,
it's not
is
Top
it?
Gear, but it's Clarkson, Hammond, and May live.
Yeah, the
There you
cool
go.
people.
Live.
Just make sure you stand out of reach of Clarkson, all right?
Oh, don't worry, we're fucking in the cheap seats, which were 50 quid each.
And don't offer him cold food when he asks for hot. You know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So my keyboard seems slightly raised off my desk. Biscuit crumbs.
Yeah, the seats weren't cheap, and they were the cheap seats. It's like
Those are the cheap seats. Wow, you got
50
bumped,
quid
mate.
each. Yeah, like.
You got bumped.
Oh dear. But anyway, yes. Fallout is getting its second patch out, but its first.
Yes,
like,
which I made a point of putting in because
everyone's saying their first patch, but okay.
It's because everyone's idiots.
But basically, it's bug fixes.
Yeah, well, it needs
There's
to be
nothing
really,
interesting. There's nothing interesting in it.
You know what? I wasn't expecting anything interesting. I wasn't expecting extra content or anything because, as far as I'm concerned, that's a damn near content complete game.
Yeah, well, when Siren came out, in the first few major patches, they put like extra kill cam animations and stuff into it.
And you know what? I fucking look forward to the mods that will come out.
I am looking forward to the mods. Hopefully, I'm not doing mod spotlights at the moment because it is literally like I saw
Retexes and stuff.
Yeah, I saw Gopher do a video and he had like 6 mods in one, whereas I want to do videos that are 1 mod per video.
I'm really looking forward to possibly another iteration of Weapon Mods Expanded because they are going to absolutely lose their shit on this now.
I'm kind of looking forward to the player homes just because it was great for looting free shit.
I hated that. Oh, I hated player homes. They just felt so cheap. Like, hey guys, here's a house for you. What I didn't work for. Wow, thanks. I'm sorry, the whole appeal to play houses is lost on me.
Yeah, I kind
I've
of
got a fucking garage now.
The ones that I got was Asteria in Skyrim, and you had to actually do a little treasure hunt for it. So
Yeah. Also, quest mods. How are we going to do that? Because your protagonist can't be voiced by. Is it used to have no? Yeah. How's that going to work?
Yeah, I think it might have to be new characters and stuff like that. I mean, the player being voiced does give the option for fully voice acted quests at least.
Well, chances are there'll be a mod which cuts out the voice acting.
There is already a mod that cuts out the voice acting.
Yeah, so it's just like talking as normal.
So if you install the mod
full,
that, the full, and then you have the no voice acting one, it's fine.
Yeah, it's like playing Fallout 3, which I wouldn't blame you for doing.
But yeah, that was a podcast. I think we'll leave it there, Brian. It's been
pretty
going
much Fallout 4 only.
That was the Fallout 4 podcast. We'll see you next week for the Fallout 4 podcast.
For the full Fallout 4 podcast, it's 4 hours of non-stop Fallout chat.
But yes, this has been the BS podcast. And
full of BS for you.
I don't know why I said it like this, but I did.
It's like my outro voice. This has been the BS Outcast. Outcast? Podcast? Outcast?
We have been the BS Outcasts.
We are the Outcasts. Oh, we cast asunder. Yes, this has been the BS podcast of bringing BS to your ears. He has been Snowy, and I have been less boring.
Also known as Brian.
You probably make Brian out of less. No, you can't. There's no A in there.
No,
I'm an idiot.
You're an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
Idiot. Right, Brian. Don't forget to save the audio file before you close Audacity.
How do I do that?
Yeah. So, thank you for watching. I will see you next time.
We won't see them. They're listening.
You will hear me next time in my dulcet tone.
How unfortunate for you.
This has been the BS Podcast. I've been Snowy. He's been Brian. He's been overpaid. I've been overworked.
I still haven't been paid.
Goodbye!
Goodbye, bye.